We're now going to look at a feature that helps you set up for the new year. It automates the process of setting up all your children and contact information, and even any comment banks that you may have set up. Alright, so just looking at this current login, I'm logged in my 2012 login, and in that login I have two groups. I have the blue group, and I also have the archive group, which is the group I had moved children to if they had left my service. Now the rollover is going to set up a brand new login for the new year. I will set a new login name, and it will bring both groups into that new login. So let's step through that now. So configuration, rollover, just ask for a new name. So we'll call this Tulips 2013. My password, always use something as simple as your dog's name, and click here to include all the student information. So that's to bring all the contact information in. You're not bringing in any observations. They remain in this current login, and you can always access them if you log back in as 2012, whatever your login name was. But this is setting up a new login name for 2013, which is starting afresh. The reason we start afresh is because it keeps the database nice and trim, so everything operates quickly, because you're only going to usually, or 99% of the time, you'll only be working with the current year's information. If you do need to see last year's, you just log in with last year's login. Okay, so it's telling you the rollover is successful, and now you just need to log in with your new login name. So when you restart ClassMon, just log in with your new login name, Tulips 2013, your new password, and you'll find that you've now got two groups, as you did before in the 2012 login, except that now all the observations have disappeared. So they remain in the 2012 login, and you have a fresh database with all your contact information, and even with all your comment bank information if you've stored that in the framework settings. So if I go to Manage Framework and click on any of these, if I've set up any comment bank, there they are, all there. Now a couple of things to do before you get started. The first one you'll notice is that you need to reinsert each of your children's images. Now that makes sense because your children have moved on 1 year, so you'll have to click to add each of the images. The other thing you'll need to do is possibly rename your group, because if they've moved from, say, the 3-year-old group to the 4-year-old group, so they might have moved from blue to green, then you'll need to rename the group. So if you go to Configuration, Manage Groups, and you can see blue group here, click Edit, and then just change them to the new group for 2013. Okay, and that's updated, and so now you've got the green group. The archive, you may want to just delete all those children, so go into Select All, Manage Children, and delete the selected children. And so now you've got an empty archive group waiting to receive any children that might leave from the green group throughout the year. And finally, just to put your mind at ease, I'm going to log in back as my 2012 login, Tulips 2012, and we'll see that all our original information is still there. We have our photos, we have our learning stories, we can print our learning stories. Nothing is touched from the 2012 login or the previous year's login. It's just set up a fresh one under whatever login name you call it, and it's completely independent from the original login.